With pre-orders kicking off next week and launch on November 10th, people are wondering what games will launch alongside the Series X and Series S. So let's break down all the launch day games coming to Microsoft's next console. Welcome back to Direckt Gaming. I thank you so much for stopping by and checking out this video. If you enjoy the content that I produce, I'd love for you to hit like and subscribe. It helps out the channel in a massive way. I've got loads of content coming out leading up to the launch of the next gen consoles, so having your support means so much. And if you want to stay up to date with all of it, ding the notifications bell as well so you don't miss a thing. Only 25% of my audience is subscribed, so let's change that number and get subscribed right now. It means more than you might realize. Share it with a friend or two as well if they need some info leading up to next gen. Anyway, with all the YouTubey stuff out of the way, let's get stuck into the launch lineup we know so far for Xbox Series X and S. Ubisoft's next open-world Assassin's Creed game, Valhalla, is coming out on November the 10th. Set during the 9th century, you play as the Viking Eivor, who's leading his or her clan from their home in Norway to lush green lands of England. This game looks absolutely gorgeous, and it seems to be kind of leading on from the gameplay of Odyssey and Origins with its RPG mechanics, conversation options. You're even able to do raids on Saxon fortresses, you've got ship traversal and combat again, and you'll be able to even create your own settlement and build it up, kind of like Monteriggioni from Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, I think it was. So that seems pretty cool, creating your own little settlement. You can even dual wield weapons in this one, like axes and swords, and you can even run around with 2 shields, which could be a lot of fun, bashing people all the way. It seems that the Hidden Blade is returning for legitimate assassinations that's not kind of limited to the, level gating and stuff like that so much as it was in Odyssey. You can even create and share mercenary characters to fight alongside your friends to increase your level, get rewards for the single player game. So it's kind of bringing back the meta games like previous AC games like Brotherhood and Black Flag and stuff like that. It was initially announced to release on November the 17th, but Ubisoft have announced it'll be launching on Series X and Series S on November 10th to coincide with the console's launch date. This could be a big heavy hitter for the launch of the new console. Yakuza Like a Dragon is another game that's moved forward from its original release date of the 13th. It features a brand new character in a brand new city that leaves the old Yakuza games behind in a lot of ways. Ichiban Kasuga is a low-ranking Yakuza grunt left on the brink of death by a man he trusted the most. You'll be fighting this time in a big change for the series in turn-based JRPG-style combat with a little squad. The game is already out in Japan, but Xbox have been pushing hard for more market share in the country, and this is a good move to strengthen their relationship with Sega. The PlayStation 5 upgraded version will be coming at a later date than the optimized for Series X edition, which will be launching on November 10th. The turn-based tactics spin-off of the Gears of War series made by Splash Damage and supported by the Coalition, Gears Tactics released originally on PC on April 28th, but we're finally getting the console release on the launch day of the Series X. Of course, like all Xbox Game Studios games, it will be available on Xbox One consoles too, but it will be getting smart delivery features and will be optimized for Series X and S day and date. And like all first-party games as well, it will be dropping on Game Pass on the same day. You play as Sergeant Gabriel Diaz, the father of series mainstay Kate, in a prequel to Gears 1, where you're fighting to defeat Ukon, the creator of the beastly creatures of the Locust Horde like the Brumak. You get to create a team of gears to fight in tactical battles, much like XCOM, without the kind of grid-based movement system, so players can move more freely around the map, and executions even play a huge role in how you manage your turns. You can get more turns for successfully executing enemies. It kind of gets you into the action, much like the traditional Gears games, and it features all the iconic weaponry like the Lancer, the Gnasher, Longshot, and more, but also new weapons for you and your squad to use. With a cinematic story typical of the Gears franchise and the tactical and strategic action of a classic like XCOM, Gears Tactics will be one of the first games I play on Series X later this year. Although Xbox have made it clear that first-party games are coming to the Xbox One family of consoles for the foreseeable future, third parties don't have to support smart delivery, and Falconeer will be console exclusive to Series X and S. With its beautiful stylized art direction, Falconeer puts you in control of a giant warbird in air combat in an open world. You can actually choose different factions like the Falconeer faction, Mercenary, the Imperial Freelancer, or the Mancer Seekers, and all classes have different weapons and abilities. You kind of get to see the conflict play out from different perspectives of the different factions. What's crazy is this game is being developed by one man, Thomas Sala, and interestingly, he created the Moon Path to Elsewhere mod for Skyrim, which if you know it, you know probably exactly what I'm talking about. It turns the entire world of Skyrim into a tropical rainforest, just like Elsewhere, the home of the Khajiit. It is one of the most impressive mods I think I've ever seen on that game. So he's definitely got a name for himself in the modding community, and now he's creating his own game, which is massive. This game looks like it could be a whole lot of fun, especially if you like air combat games, and hopefully it's a success for this one-man indie developer. Now, I'm always seeing people complain about this one and the fact that Xbox showed it at their games showcase, but it looks really good. Tetris Connected is kind of the ultimate version of the game that came out a couple of years ago on PlayStation 4. Initially, it got an 89 on Metacritic when the original version released, and it looks absolutely stunning. It's got beautifully crafted visuals and music that kind of go along with the classic gameplay. There's a reason why it's the most sold game of all time. Connected brings couch and online multiplayer to the classic puzzle game, and it's coming to Game Pass so you can try it out with your subscription so you don't have to drop any extra money if you don't want to. It'll be releasing on launch day of the console, obviously, and I'm actually really excited to play this as I never picked up the PS4 version back when it released. The creators of rock band Harmonix bring us another exciting rhythm game, Fuser, where you get to create your own DJ and you kind of start from the bottom in little clubs and build your way up to the headlining act of a massive festival. You can combine vocals, synths, basses, drums, loops, melodies, everything like that from over 100 tracks to create a custom and unique DJ mashup set. You get to create your own custom character and develop your own unique style for your shows. It even includes online multiplayer to mix alongside your friends. And what I think is really cool, especially in this age of online sharing and capturing and everything like that, is you can record your sets and share them with your friends as well. With a pedigree of creating some of the best rhythm games of all time, Fuser looks set to be a ton of fun, and its bright and colourful aesthetic could very well be what rhythm games need in 2020. I just personally hope they just kind of minimize the cringe. But what else? Alright, I know this is just the launch day games, and I know this isn't the greatest lineup of games in the history of launch titles. And not long after this video releases, Sony will have shown their latest showcase of games and, hopefully console information, launch date, all that kind of stuff. So we may know what the competition is doing there as well. I might even make a video focusing on that later this week. Obviously, I do a lot of Xbox coverage here, but I'm not a console fanboy. I just have a real passion for the teams at Xbox Game Studios, and I have more of a knowledge of them than I do of Sony Interactive Entertainment. That doesn't mean I don't play on PlayStation consoles though, so don't get that twisted. I have a PS4 Pro and I use it for their amazing exclusives. But let's have a quick look at some other games that will be releasing around the launch date of the next-gen Xbox. On October 29, so about a week or so before the release of the console, Watch Dogs Legion will be coming out for the current-gen machines and PC. It will be getting an optimized for Series X patch, including ray tracing and better visuals, and it also supports smart delivery. So if you're going to buy the Xbox One version, you can pop it in your Series X on release day and get the best possible version then. The trailer that they showed recently for the Series S did show a little bit of Watch Dogs Legion gameplay, and the ray tracing, I gotta say, looked pretty phenomenal. So that could be a big hitter as well from Ubisoft, with only a couple of weeks between that and Assassin's Creed. On November 5th, Dirt 5 will be releasing, and it will support 120 frames per second on the next-gen consoles and Smart Delivery 2. People Can Fly's Outriders, which I'm actually really excited for, and it looks like a really fun kind of Mass Effect cross Gears of War, cross Borderlands, 3 games I really enjoy, was shown also at the announcement of the Series S. Now, this doesn't have a release date at all, but it could well release alongside, if not very close to, the consoles too. They've been hesitant to say when. I think at the moment they're just saying holiday 2020, but maybe they're waiting for the announcement of the PlayStation version to say their release date as well, or they're just finishing up polishing the game for its release. The Destiny 2 Beyond Light expansion is coming day and date with the console too. I didn't mention it too much here because most people probably know that anyway, and it is getting optimized for Series X support, and it's going to be available on Game Pass. So without Halo Infinite, yeah, there's no killer app. There's no first-party game that really blows the world away. I mean, Gears Tactics for me is exciting. I don't own a PC, so I'm really, really pumped to get into that game. But it is a decent lineup of games, not to mention some of these are coming to Game Pass on the same day. We've also yet to hear about The Ascent, Call of the Sea, or Scorn, and we don't have a release date for The Medium, although it is set to come apparently in December. So what do you think of this lineup? What's going to be the first game you play on Xbox Series X or Xbox Series S? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said at the start, if you really enjoy this content, I would love it for you to hit the like and subscribe buttons, share it with your friends, get them hyped for next gen. Let's get this positivity train rolling because we're not too far out from the launch of the next gen consoles. Thank you again. Until next time, peace.